1818, when the British were documenting this area, these here were old vineyards. So if you look at these walls, they're quite robust, and look how tall they are. And if you look here, the little trees have masked it, but there is a ramp going up. So what we are going to, in a few minutes, we will be up to our stretch, but our stretch walked on this. That's part of the Camilostra, at that level. And to get to Salamiou, you would come down this ramp and go into the village. So this is quite an engineering feat of drywall construction. We did last year, about 30 meters and 30 over here. We're about a bunch of 30 people, more or less, for 2 days. So that was quite an experience for all of us, a cooperative experience, because when you build stone, you need the different sizes of stone, you need the different capabilities of people. So the strong young lads would carry the big stones. The ladies that cannot carry large stones were good at sitting and piecing the puzzle together. The children that had more energy were going up and down with the wheelbarrows and gathering the stones and moving them around. So for me that was quite a revelation, how a community is shaped over an activity.
Για να κάτσει η πρώτη πέτρα και να αρχίσει να μας διά την κλίση προς τα μέσα.
So the foundation here, as you see now, the ground is sloping this way.
Ask the engineer to explain why.
The ground has to be shaped to slope inward so that the stones don't trickle out. And what they do actually, these small stones, is that they make the water flow slower through the wall. So the slowing down of the rate of water flow is what we're aiming for.
Fill the gap behind.
So we need 6 kinds of stones. So over here, the guys are putting the foundation stones. These are the big stones. They've cut a ditch with a slope towards the embankment that they've cut along. And the big stones are laid to rest, to sleep in a Cypriot dialect. And then behind them, you have to start filling in with all these little stones. Even these ones, the closer you get to the wall, the smaller the stones have to be. Like here, you see this one is not a very well made wall, and here we need to fill in, even with these tiny stones. And the reason we fill in is that when the water is coming, it will meet resistance between all these little stones, and particularly the small ones in the back, which are called the filter. And it won't flow fast. Otherwise, think if you don't have the dry stones, you have torrential rain coming down and sweeping everything away into this gully. It may have been a little stream at one time, we don't know. But so I've started with the 2 sizes, which are diametrically opposite, the big stones and the little stones for the filter. You then need the filling stones, the infill stones. So these ones, you always these ones, you always like here we don't have very good ones. Let's move up.
So I think that on the fourth.
Okay, so this kind of wall here needs to be raised actually quite a lot because you see the embankment coming down. But we won't be able to do that in the duration of this workshop. So when it comes to that level, you see that stone there, that's the level we should be aiming for. And you see the stones above. You have the big stones underneath, but you also have these as capping stones. So they sit on top of the wall and make the wall secure, so that when goats are passing by, they don't fall over. In between the infill stones, you need the tie stones, like this one. You can see that it's a narrow face, but it's going deeply inside. So like this stone, for instance, would be a good tie stone for this wall down here.